In this video, we're going to walk through an example of how to create a confidence interval for our mu1 minus mu2 values. So to do that, we're first going to create our formula. So our formula is our x1 bar minus our x2 bar plus or minus our z of alpha over 2 times our sigma sub x1 bar minus x2 bar. And if we expand our sigma value, we get our x1 bar minus x2 bar plus or minus our z of alpha over 2 times our sigma 1 squared over n1 plus our sigma 2 squared over n2 and the square root of that. So if we take our formula here and we start plugging in some of our values, so we're dealing with our alpha of 0.05, and then we have our x1 information and we have our x2 information. So if we start plugging in some of that info, we get our x1 is 10, our x1 bar is 10, minus our x2 bar is 13. Put that in parentheses, plus or minus our z of alpha over 2. So at this point we should know z of alpha over 2 for alpha equal to 0.05 is our 1.960 value, multiplied by our square root of our sigma 1 squared is 5 over our n1 is 50 plus our sigma 2 squared, which is 7, divided by our n2, which is 40. And if we plug in some of those values, we get our negative 3 plus or minus our 1.960. 5 divided by 50 is 0.1, so we have 0.1 plus our 7 divided by 40, which is 0.175, and the square root of that. And that equals our negative 3 plus or minus our 1.960 times the square root of our 0.275, which gives us our negative 3 plus or minus 1.960 times 0.524, and gives us our complete confidence interval of negative 3 plus or minus our 1.028 value. And that's just a basic example of how we walk through a confidence interval for mu1 and mu2 if we have a large sample.